Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today the 4-Tree Tempests are hosting the Hollow Heroes, and I cannot wait for this matchup because we have the Flying type side going up against the Delta team that is based off the evolutions. I cannot wait to see if the Delta team can end their 3-game losing streak, or can the Flying types get themselves back into the Elite Four. Let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the Flying types? Will it be the Hollow Heroes? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
So this Delta team started off really strong in the season, but they've dropped all the way down to 14th as they start out with Sylveon and Umbreon. It will be Braviary and Decidueye. Now Decidueye is in its Hisuian form, Braviary is in its Unovian form, and immediately Decidueye is going to Terrastallize into a Flying type. That is why it's on the 4-Tree Tempest. It is their Terrestrial representative, so it sheds that Grass Fighting typing and becomes a Flying type, as Braviary with the speed advantage is going to set up for a Meteor Beam. Overflowing with this Space Power, it's going to boost this special attack. Now Braviary is more of a physical attacker, but a boost is always good, as the knockoff from Umbreon gets a great hit there onto Decidueye and knocks off its Leopard Berry in the process. Decidueye is going to respond by going for the final Gambit, and it will not get the job done. Decidueye has given up itself to try and take out Umbreon. Still gets a fantastic hit, but that is a massive Gambit very early on in this matchup. As the Terrestrial Pokemon is gone, that Sun comes back out onto the field, and we get the mean look now from Sylveon on the Braviary, so Braviary can no longer escape, and I hope you're not looking to escape either. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please subscribe, as Flamigo, with that Co-Star ability, comes out onto the field, and immediately, having the speed advantage, goes with the Disarming Voice, hits both Sylveon and Umbreon, who it is super effective on, and Braviary follows it up with that Meteor Beam onto Umbreon, and Umbreon is taken out of this match, immediately leveling the playing field for the 4-Tree Tempest. Sylveon, though, does respond with the Barb Barrage onto Braviary, and Braviary is going to be left poisoned, so it is going to feel the effects of this poisoning in between every turn. This is putting it on a clock practically, as Jolteon comes out for the Hollow Heroes with that electric typing advantage over the Flying types as well. It goes with the Feather Dance onto Braviary, lowering that attack stat, but Braviary has the Defiant ability, so its attack stat gets risen in response. And we get the quick attack now from Flamigo onto Sylveon, and Sylveon's cute charm ability has been activated, so Flamigo has fallen in love with Sylveon, as Braviary follows it up with the Thunder Fang, gets a really good hit there onto Sylveon, who is going to respond with the Minimize, so it's going to boost its evasiveness here, trying to make it so no one can do any more damage to it, as Braviary continues to feel the effects of that poisoning. Now Jolteon, quickest Pokemon on the Hollow Heroes, goes with the Hydro Cannon. There's a fantastic hit on Braviary, but Braviary is able to hold on, as Flamigo, who is in love with Sylveon, is immobilized by that love for the evolution. Braviary, though, is not, going with the Razor Leaf, almost takes out Sylveon with the critical hit. Sylveon does respond, though, with the Flame Charge onto Flamigo, who it clearly does not love in return, but Sylveon has boosted its speed. And Braviary feels the effects of that poisoning for the last time, because it has been eliminated from this matchup, and out in its place comes Salamence, the pseudo-legendary, as Jolteon, having to recharge, allows Salamence to go with the Imprisoned, and this is the perfect strategy to use in the PokeType League, because now Sylveon, Jolteon, and the rest of the Hollow Heroes are going to struggle as long as Salamence is on the field. Flamigo shakes off its immobilization of being in love with Sylveon, but Sylveon avoids that attack from Flamigo anyway, and Jolteon, now having to go for the struggle, intelligently goes for Salamence. The evolutions need to get Salamence off this field, who responds with the Sleep Powder, but Sylveon's able to get out of the way of that attack. Now Sylveon's going to struggle, and it also goes for Salamence, which is fantastic. The more damage they can do to Salamence in the quicker amount of time, the better, but Sylveon is eliminated due to the recoil damage, and this opens the window for the Flare Blitz onto Jolteon from Flamigo, and Jolteon is eliminated. Now, you could consider that a huge play. Both Delta Team Pokemon were taken out in the same turn, as Flamigo is hit by the recoil damage, and out comes Flareon now for the Hollow Heroes, and it is joined by Vaporeon, as Salamence, with the speed advantage, goes for the softball. This is a fantastic strategy, because this is going to restore Salamence back to full strength. Now the Hollow Heroes have to start all over again with getting rid of Salamence, as the Leer from Flamigo is going to lower the defense here of the two evolutions on the field, and here is Flareon going for its first struggle. They are still going for Salamence, so the Hollow Heroes are doing everything they can to get Salamence off this field, as Vaporeon follows it up, still going for Salamence, who has now lost the health that it just restored, but Salamence is now going with the Darkest Lariat onto Vaporeon, gets a fantastic hit on the water type there. Flamigo is going to follow up with the taunt. Now Flareon would be made to struggle, but it's already struggling. It still falls for the taunt after being told to just bring it. And it continues to go for Salamence, though. With that struggle, it will get the recoil damage every time. But Vaporeon's gone for Flamigo. That's a huge mistake by the water type evolution. As Salamence is splashing on the field, it knows it can toy with the Delta team here. Flamigo, though, with the Giga Drain, is going to finish off Vaporeon. It is super effective on the water type, and Flamigo is going to have a little bit of health restored as well. But the 4-Tree Tempest going with that perfect Imprison strategy, are toying with the evolutions now, as Flareon continues to struggle on the field, continues to go for Salamence. Salamence is actually in knockout range now, but it may be too late for the Holland Heroes as they send out Glaceon onto the field, and Salamence immediately welcoming it with the Whirlpool, but Glaceon's able to get out of the way of that attack. Flamigo, however, does follow it up with the Swallow, but that does fail, and Flareon or Glaceon need to go for Salamence now. Glaceon does go for Salamence, but Salamence holds on. Flareon needs to eliminate the pseudo legendary with this struggle, but it goes for Flamigo instead. This is a huge mistake by the Holland Heroes. They could have eliminated Salamence, as Flareon is eliminated by the recoil damage, and now with the future sight being set up by Salamence, it can see the future of the Holland Heroes here, as only one evolution remains, but the close combat from Flamigo will make it so there are no evolutions left. Glaceon is eliminated with that super effective attack, and as soon as that Imprison came into play, there was no hope for the Holland Heroes. The 4-Tree Tempest handing them their 4th loss in a row, and this will move the Tempest up into 4th place. As next round they will be taking on the 3rd place Olivine Carbons, but unfortunately for the Delta team, they have dropped to 16th place, and next round they will be taking on the Pony Timbers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.